Hello everyone, I'm going to make a Bronze 5 video after a lot of requests, so here it is. I don't know, a tutorial, guide, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, let's jump right into it. Starting the dungeon, we will have the puzzle. Initially this took like a lot of time for me to actually figure out, but once you know how to do it, it's like super easy. So you can just follow it. I'm doing it pretty fast here, there's another video that I will actually link in the description. That might be a bit slower, I don't know, but yeah. That's how you do it anyways. You can actually just slow the video or something if you want to like see it. Yeah, right. When you're past the first door, you just want to kill the mobs here. Your first objective is to find an energy core that is inside one of the 5 chests that are placed throughout this maze, if you want to call it that. One good tip is to, like you saw I did on the left side, click on the minimap you have there and click on the plus to zoom out. You click it twice and then it will be like a lot bigger so you can see the locations. There will be 2 chests to the left, 2 to the right and 1 to the top left as you enter this big room. So I'm going to go to the left first for these 2 chests. It could take a while, so I think the best thing to do is to spread out. Either everyone take 1 each, or you can go 2 and 2 if you don't have that high rating. Because those mobs, they're not super dangerous, but they could swarm you if you're not paying attention, and then you find yourself on like 30% HP or something, and then it kind of gets a bit scary. So yeah, I guess this video won't really show how hard or easy this place is because the character I'm playing is quite up there. It's like 240k rating, so I think that's not really. It's not gonna necessarily be this easy or seamless if you do your own run with like low rating, of course. But this isn't like the point of that. I just want to show you all the mechanics and what to do and what not to do, pretty much. So I figured it's easier to use this character. I was initially planning to like speed up the video here while we were just waiting for the energy core to be found, but someone found it pretty early on here, which is like pretty lucky. So we don't need to waste more time running around looking at that. But yeah, once you find a core, back to the main room, and you see those statues that spawned in the middle there, and they are also glowing. You'll want to pay attention to the grid on the floor that I'm standing on right now. During the boss fight, there will be periodically coming up fire from this, so you don't want to stand on them necessarily. The rounded like metal flooring is safe, however. The one that is to the left and right of us right now, this one, and also the other 3, those are safe. So you can stand here and DPS the boss if you're ranged. If you are melee, you obviously have to go close, but do pay attention to fire. It hurts quite a lot. Also pay attention to the water flow in the back of the room. During the boss, they will spit out fire orbs that will lock onto a target and go for, like, they will follow you around basically. They don't fly that far, but if you're close, you kind of want to kite them into the water flow, and it will like extinguish the fire. Because they do deal quite a lot of damage. I don't know about rating, but let's say you have 50k rating, you could maybe get one shot, maybe. So yeah, that's a good thing to pay attention about. I think the snakeheads do recover HP as well, from what we have seen. So you want to focus on one snakehead, kill it completely, and then move on to the next one. Not like spread out your damage and be all over the place, because then it's just going to take a lot longer. Once the boss is dead, you want to wait for the cutscene, because otherwise you see there's fire around this chest here. The rest of the people can just move to this door here. There's going to be a door here in just a second, and that's going to be like a mini boss kind of thing. And there's also going to be a chandelier thing that you want to kill as well. I don't know the purpose of that actually. It's just like an easy mob. It seems kind of random, but hey. And yeah, after you kill this stuff, you will have some of the more problematic enemies in the instance, I would say, or the dungeon, because not because they're necessarily hard, they can just one-shot people. Because if you want to go for like the what's it called, the zero death achievement, then yeah, you definitely want to pay attention here. One tip here: this corner that I just ran into, you can actually stand there as a ranged, like a gunslinger, and shoot through the wall if the frogs are standing right here. Also, the other wall that is like inside the tunnel, you can also stand there and shoot through the corner, sort of, that I just stood on. But the problem with that is that they can kind of aggro you still. The frogs have three abilities. They have their tongue that can pull you in and also stun you, which is really bad if you're not that strong, because then you could also be comboed by the other things. They also explode with fire, as you see there. A few of those explosions could kill you. And finally, they also have a bubble that they will put up like around them, like this one. That bubble makes them take no damage, pretty much. It's like 99% reduction. So what you want to do there is to pull them out of it, like we do here, so you can kill them. Once again, this looked pretty seamless, but it's gonna take a little longer if you have a normal group, so I would suggest to, yeah, focus one frog at a time, pretty much. Don't like swap around, because you want the less frogs you have to deal with, the better. Moving on to the gauntlet here, you want to avoid a fire. On normal mode, you can just like run through it, it doesn't really matter, but here it ticks for quite a lot, so and that in combination with those big rocks, if you get stunned by the rock, you will maybe get like caught in a fire and die because of that. The rock itself isn't that bad, except for the stun, but yeah. And as you saw as well, you can run at the side of the rocks without being stunned or hit by them, so that's good to know. But yeah, just mind the fire. At the end of the whole gauntlet, you will reach these two platforms. So yeah, just take one each if you're two people, like we are now, and that will turn off the fire, so the other people can pass more safely. And from here on, you just have to wait for all the team members to reach, which we're doing now. So I'm going to just cut away a little bit here while we're waiting. Not the most interesting footage. And there we go. Last member coming, and yeah, it's time to start the boss. You can probably notice the Chinese text in the middle there. What it actually says is something about a petrification statue in the end of this corridor, which we are going to utilize. Initially, I thought it was only that everyone needs to be on place, but yeah. So what you want to do here is to grab both of them and pull them to the end of this corridor, and it will make your life a lot easier. These two have two abilities from what I can tell. There's this charge that you can see on the ground there that's never got triggered due to the petrification, but also the an AoE whirlwind kind of thing, which could be bad if you get hit by both. Uh, Also to note here, you kind of want to stand at the sides here, maybe even closer to the wall than what I do, like the far wall, that is, where the statue comes out from. So you can just avoid the petrification yourself, and because that's kind of unnecessary. Oh, right, and then there's this thing. Yeah, your objective here, like I've said in the other video, which I'll be, by the way, linking in the description as well, your objective here is to find the three correct pictures, and then you want to, by using those three, get in the correct order as well, as we can see here. I'm getting the three there, and that's the wrong order, and there we got the right one. I'm super bad explaining this one actually, but just yeah, try to watch the other video. I think it's like better, and I've made a description as well in that one. That should probably explain it a bit better. But anyways, we're gonna skip forward a little bit here to the bridge. It's just a bridge that you run over, nothing weird here. And you'll want to pull in these platforms. It's time for the secret chest. It's going to be located behind the bosses that will spawn once you reach that yellow light. And yeah, you don't need to aggro the bosses at all. You can run around them. And it takes 3 boost jumps, or whatever they are called, to get to. So you'll have to kind of wiggle it there to get them without falling down. Kind of sucks, because then you have to like run from that yellow light position again, which takes a while. So just be careful when you're jumping and don't like go too fast forward, so you land like in a good position on those little platforms. But that's it. It's not too bad to get to this. Yeah, I suppose I can go through the bosses while I'm doing the jump here. Steve and Dave, they're called. They could actually be a bit problematic for some people, because they do quite a lot of damage with some of their attacks, I've noticed, so you kind of want to be really careful with them. But other than that, they're not like doing anything special. They can just be a bit annoying. One thing to note though is that they have to die together, pretty much. Once one dies, he will kneel down, and it takes about 5 seconds. If the other one doesn't die within this time, he will resurrect with X3 HP, and that's quite unnecessary. It's not a wipe or anything, it's just unnecessary. So there's that. Other than that, they have like this overhead sword smash thing, which can stun you, and I'm probably gonna get hit by something. There we go. And then you have that red stuff as well. So I mean, if you're unlucky and they kind of gang up on you, you could be hit by stuff and die, which is unfortunate. So just be careful with that. I can also note that this is, of course, a team video, not a solo one, but there is a solo one being made as well by a friend of mine. So yeah, hopefully that get out soon as well. I'm going to make a link there. But anyways, Dragon Boss. Do note these platforms. They will have bubbles above them, which we are going to use later in the fight. So I suggest you assign people to them. The one I clicked on in the start here, the left one as you get on the platform, that's number 1. The one there is number 2. Okay, there we got the cutscene. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 3 will not have a bubble, so you should not assign anyone to that one. So it's 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 that you want to assign people to. And that is going to be 2 times during this fight where there's a phase where you want to use the bubbles to survive, basically. But starting from the start, here you just want to DPS the boss. There's nothing weird going on here. There is one attack he will do. It's like a deep breath, a frontal cone fire attack. Here we go. Gets up on its back legs. And you just want to avoid that normally. If you get hit, you will get stunned. And I think it does like 4 ticks of damage, which could kill you. So do be careful with that. When he reaches 6 times, he will do like a rain of fire thing that he does here, and you will probably want to, if it's your first time, just run. Don't bother DPSing the boss, just run so you can survive. Once you learn it and you will be able to kind of anticipate it, you can pretty much run around the boss like I did there. X5, that's when you want to use the bubbles. You will see there's like a huge AoE that covers the whole room. So yeah, just go to the bubble you've been assigned to and click it once. Not if you click anywhere else, you'll probably get like pulled out of the bubble. So don't do that. Just click it once and just leave it until this phase is over. And it's important that you do assign people, I think, if you care about surviving, that is, because otherwise I've seen people go for the same bubble and only one gets in. So don't do that mistake. After that AoE phase, the boss will do like a leap attack on people, which will one-shot them, even this character at like 240k rating. So it's very important that you watch out for this. It's going to happen 3 times. Like you see here, it goes up in the air and then jumps down on someone. How to see this is that you just look at which way he's facing, and when he goes up, that's where he's going to go. So if you just look at him, he is going to like jump to towards that location. He does it 3 times, like I said, and after that, he's not going to do it anymore. And then you just DPS him, and one of the 2 things are going to happen. If your damage is amazing, you're going to have a big AoE phase again once you reach like half HP on this health bar, or you're going to have the Rain of Fire phase again, which is this one. And the order, like I said, depends on how much DPS you have. Like in a higher DPS group than this, you would have the AoE first and then the Rain of Fire. But now we got the Rain of Fire just before, and then we have this one. You can't kill the boss here either, so you need to kind of survive through this. So yeah, it's not worse than that. Just get back to your bubble, and so yeah, from here on, once you reach this place, it's pretty much a kill. So congrats, I suppose, if you made it this far. And if there's any questions you have, just make a comment, and I'll try to answer it as good as I can. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, do let me know. I'm thinking of also making like a solo video, probably without commentary, but just for fun of it. I do have a club member that will make a commented one though, to kind of as a guide thing. But this is obviously for a team. Anyways, have a nice day and see you later.